We've put together some special segments for you. Sprinkled here and there in the middle of the regular Sowing Seed podcasts, we're planting episodes we're calling Growing the Seed. Here, we'll be documenting the steps we take along the sowing seed journey as we build a business and build a brand. You'll see it all, when it works and when it's a little messy. So, right here, right now for you, here's Growing the Seed with your host, Matt Miller.
It's the evening of January 2nd, 2018, so Happy New Year to all of you that are listening to this for the first time. And I just wanted to give you an update on how our full second month of the podcast has gone. It's been pretty remarkable, given that I've got several other shows, one of which I've been doing for the last 2.5 years. You never quite know what to expect. And to be honest, the reception or receptivity for this show, Sowing Seed, has really blown my mind. If you remember, and we take a look here at Libsyn, let me do a quick screen share in order to show you. For those of you that are on YouTube, you'll be able to follow along with the video itself. Otherwise, if you're just listening with the audio, just follow along with me the best you can. So, started the podcast itself the 27th of October, so a little bit over 2 months ago. For the month of October, that 1 week or less than that 1 week, we ended up having 16 downloads. In the month of November, we ended up almost growing tenfold, not eight to ninefold, with 134 downloads to end the month of November. And December, which we just wrapped up a couple of days ago with the new year, we ended up having 965 downloads. Talk about some momentum. Over 7x growth from November to December. Talk about blowing me away and being above and beyond my wildest expectations for the show and its growth. Now, it's the second day of January. The day is almost out, and we've already got 114 downloads in January. So at this run rate, we're looking at 15, close to 1,700 downloads if we maintain the same run rate and don't grow any further in the month of January. So we are definitely on a pretty steep upward trajectory. And man, I just wanted to thank each and every one of you that are listening. And you have no idea how much I appreciate you tuning in and being a part. Just excited about the direction this is heading, excited about the freedom of being able to speak as I feel led, and just to be able to share 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, a little bit about my thoughts on family, farming, faith, and financial freedom. And then, of course, Friday's Growing Seed shows, being more specific like this one is, to the podcast itself and giving you kind of a behind-the-scenes look at all that's going on. Now, as far as a breakdown of the numbers, I don't have a whole lot of other specifics right now at this point. But some things that we have done here in this last month, which I think definitely have attributed to the growth of the show. First off, for those of you that have not heard one of the most recent episodes of Growing Seed, we launched the Amazon Alexa Brief. And for those of you that have an Amazon Echo, you can go to Amazon.com and just search Sowing Seed Alexa Brief. and you can go ahead and subscribe and add it as part of your flash briefing. But you can also, Alexa, stop. She heard me talking over here. Anyway, you can subscribe to the brief there on Amazon.com. And you can also, if you would be willing to do so, whether you subscribe or not, go over there and leave us a review. There are so few briefings right now that every last review that we get has the ability to be a game changer. And at this stage of the game gives us huge exposure on that platform because it's so new and because there are so few briefings like ours there. So that's one of the things. I don't have the specific breakdown on as far as the Amazon numbers yet. I don't think I have access to that stuff. I've got to get with my web guy, Jeff, to get those details. And we'll give you an update maybe on this next week's episode, what I found out there and how that tied in to the growth. Some other things that we did in the last month is, I posted several times on Facebook to my personal page, appealing to people to review the show on iTunes or on Amazon, and then also just posting some, once a week episodes that I think would have universal appeal to folks within, my sphere of influence on Facebook, and just asking people to listen in and to check it out and to get their thoughts. We also started playing around some on Instagram. That started in late November, and I've not been as consistent there as I'd like to be just because of how busy we are, but we're also getting some play there and getting some interest. And for those of you that are not following our Instagram feed, it's just Sowing Seed Podcast on Instagram, and would love to have you as part of the conversation there as well. Most of the topics in the last couple of months have been primarily business focused and farming focused. We've started to jump off into some more family oriented topics as well. And we'll be jumping off more into the faith side of things as time goes on as well. Something else that we're doing that you guys will be hearing about very, very soon and will be able to access for those of you that have interest is I'm part of a Bible study every Tuesday morning with a couple of guys, Scott Hooper, who's a very good friend of mine, and some other guys from my church. And we decided here several months ago that we were going to start recording those Bible studies. And we're just doing a chapter by chapter study of the Bible starting in Genesis. And we have our Bible study at a place called the Lingoville Country Store out in the middle of nowhere in Lingoville, Texas. And it's a very raw feed, but we're really, really, really having a good time with that and recording our conversations just about the Bible and, without any preaching going on, just several guys talking. That show is actually going to be called Some Guys in the Bible, and we will probably have that live by the time you listen to this in mid-January. That'll be available at someguysinthebible.com. It'll be available on iTunes as well. And though we don't plan on really outwardly promoting that show, it's an opportunity for those that have a desire to have a regular input, at least from a few guys' perspective as we study the Bible together in a very informal setting. And I hope that content will be a blessing to you if that's something you have interest in. So anyway, little bit of an update here from EIEIO and Sowing Seed land here. Very, very grateful for all your support up to this point. Thank you for listening. And do me a favor, if you value the content that we're producing 3 times a week and get a lot out of it for yourself, we would really, really, really love your support, your willingness to share the content online, your willingness to subscribe if you haven't already, and your willingness to leave reviews at iTunes and on Amazon for the show. Both or all of that would be huge. If you're looking for a simple way to do the subscribing, the reviewing on iTunes, and the sharing on social media, we have Pete the chatbot that I talked about here a couple of episodes ago. You can go to sowingseedpete.com and just follow him, and literally in less than 2 minutes, he'll step you through the subscription process. If you're already subscribed, then he will take you to iTunes so that you can leave a review, and he'll give you an opportunity to share on social media if you're interested as well. Really cool new technology that we're utilizing to help grow the sowing seed world. Most of us are using chatbots every day and just don't know it online and on the phone with a lot of the big companies that we work with today. And so Pete is our chance to leverage some of that technology to make your life easier and to give you a simplified process to be part of the community. So anyway, appreciate you big time. Happy New Year once again. Excited about the direction that all of this is heading. Thank you for your support. God bless you.
Thank you for listening to the Sowing Seed Podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, please leave us a 5-star review in iTunes or your podcast player of choice. So until next time, go plant the seed you need to succeed.